So it's a topic where you have already kind of learned in lower secondary science. So for NA, O level, and O level physics, the content is all the same. So the only difference is probably maybe say for pure physics, the question requires more thinking and the combined science require less thinking. That's about it. The rest of the thing, the understanding, whatever you need to understand is exactly the same. So there are three modes of heat thermal transfer, which is conduction, convection, and radiation. So we will do one by one first, then in the end, you combine everything. So thermal energy is just heat energy. So then when you heat an object, then the object becomes hotter. So when the objects become hotter, the temperature of the object will increase. Then again, if I leave a hot object on the desk, and the object will lose heat or it will become cooler. We call it become cooler or it become colder. Then when that happens, right, the temperature drops. So we must know that thermal energy flows in a certain direction, or we say heat energy flows in a certain direction. It always flows from a region of higher temperature to a region of lower temperature. From a hot place to a cold place, not the other way around. Okay. So then you would want to consider whether the how fast the heat can flow. So I can have, okay, let's just have you, okay, in two situations. And say your body temperature is 37 in both situations. Then outside is say 10 degrees. And in this situation, outside is 29 degrees. Okay, we get that, right? So what happens to you? Or what happens to the thermal energy on you? What will happen to it? Does it come in? Does heat come in or does heat go out? Which case? So because
Go out in both.
so it goes out, heat goes out because the surrounding temperature is colder. So the temperature difference is about 27 degrees. Then for you standing down here, you will probably feel cold. Then for the other case, right, the difference here is 8 degrees. Is it 8 degrees? So do you feel cold down here? In a normal situation, right, do you feel cold if it's 37 and 29 room temperature?
No.
No, right. So in the scenario, the first case, because the temperature difference is very big, your thermal energy or heat energy will escape, will leave your body very quickly. Then you will feel cold because there's a sudden drop in the amount of heat energy in your body. Then for the other case, right, the second case, right, because the difference, the temperature difference is less, so then lesser energy or less or heat energy leaves your body at a slower rate. So you don't feel as cold. So therefore, down here, it writes here, the greater the temperature difference between the hot and cold object, the greater the heat flow. So then, if I have two things, okay, let's put them in context. A and B. Then this is A is at 30 degrees Celsius, and then B is also at 30 degrees Celsius. Then, because the temperature is the same, we say or we call them that they are in thermal equilibrium. So there are three mechanisms down here: conduction, convection, radiation. You have to notice the characteristics. Conduction mostly happens in solids, and then there must be contact between the two bodies. Then convection is always happening in liquid and gases. Then the the medium or the liquid and the gas can, okay, why does it disappear? The medium can move. Then radiation, in this case, it's involving infrared radiation. Then they,
Involving the colors. If it's shiny, it is
yeah,
a good reflector.
yeah. So they will always involve white surfaces, dark surfaces, dull surfaces.
Silver.
Yeah, then shiny surfaces, rough and smooth surfaces. The question always have this kind of keywords for radiation. So you have to be able to identify, differentiate what the question wants. So it's whether it wants conduction, which one is radiation, which one is convection. So the characteristics are like this. So there's this two difference between temperature and thermal energy. I think you can just have a look at it. I don't think it's too important at the moment.